Hey everybody, and welcome back to Joy Hub, the channel where we want to help leaders, teams, and couples grow in deeper joy. And we're in a new place today, doing something a little bit different. Why don't you share about where we are and what we're doing?
Yeah, we're at Lake Lanier, not too far from our house. What, like a 45-minute
Yeah.
drive? So it's our happy place. It's somewhere we can come and unwind and be in a new environment and
Yes.
get some time on the water, in nature, in the mountains. And we even got to see our daughter last night because she's in school not too far from here, so that was fun.
Yes. So thank you, family, for allowing us to be here and enjoy this time together. This is actually about a year ago. This is where Joy Hub was birthed as
Yeah.
we had our annual kind of reflection and prayer and planning retreat together. So
Yeah.
it's fun. We try to do this every year, and we always look forward to it. And there are some things that we have found helpful. Just even before we get into kind of the how-tos of what we're doing at our annual retreat, we thought we'd share just kind of contextually what helps us. And one of the first things is getting away,
Yeah.
getting away from kind of our day-to-day, getting away from our house where there's always something else to do or to take care of. That's one of the things. What else is helpful as we prepare for these times?
Well, I love to collaborate. That's
You
part
are a
of
collaborator.
my
Yes,
makeup.
yes.
I like feedback and interaction, and so one of the things, and Barry and I are very different temperament-wise and personality-wise. So we like to spend our time differently. And so one of the things when we're doing something like this is we try to communicate ahead of time. How can we best collaborate so that what you enjoy and what I enjoy happens, and we
Yes.
have realistic expectations
Yes.
of our time, and just an idea of like, hey, I'd like to watch football, or hey, I'd like to have some time to just chill and read a book. And so everyone kind of gets to give feedback and talk about how to make it fun and just helpful for both people.
Yes.
So collaboration.
And yes, fun is a big part as well. Like, yes, we're going to do some work while we're here in reflecting on the last year and setting goals for our marriage and our finances and other areas of our life. So there is very much work involved. But yeah, all work and no play definitely makes, in this case, for a dull couple. So we want to play. We want to do things that we enjoy. We want to have fun together. So we go out and enjoy good food. We, like Tracy said, we got to spend an evening last night with our daughter, and she took us to a great restaurant and a distillery, and we just had a good time listening to live music. Shout out to our server, Kyra, one of Maddie's friends and roommates, who's also a subscriber to Joy Hub. So we love to have fun when we do these retreats too. But we want to spend the rest of our time talking about how we do it.
Yeah.
Not that we in any way believe that there is a right way to do this. We just believe doing it is valuable, and we have a way that we have found that works for us. And it's really three major components, and that is we take some time to look up, we take some time to look back, and we take some time to look ahead.
Yeah.
And so even when we arrived yesterday, we just, after we got settled in, before we went to meet our daughter, we just opened our annual retreat by looking up. What do I mean when I say looking up? What did we do? How did we spend that time?
Well, I think it's where we just, for us and our faith, we center our hearts and our minds on Jesus, and take some time to just thank God for all He's done since we were here last time and we pulled away like this. And so we just spend some time like listening to worship music, and we each suggested a song that's been really meaningful for our own walk with God this year, and we listened to that together and then did some time in prayer. So it's just kind of from the get-go sets and centers our time on God, which I think is super helpful.
Yes. The one who gave us this life to live, the one who gave us this marriage, the one who sustains it all. Just taking some time to, quote, look up, but really just spend time focusing on him and who he is and what he's done for us, how he's shown himself to us this past year.
Yeah.
And then today we're actually going to spend a good portion of time looking back. And really what is involved in that is we set goals for 2024 individually and together. So we'll look at that. The way I like to look back, and again, whether it's related to my personal life, marriage, even with teams, I've done this, is really reflect on 3 different areas: successes, surprises, and struggles. And so I've already reflected a little bit just personally this morning on 2024 and those 3 S's. And then Tracy and I'll get some time to talk about that today. And just in general, things that we learned this year, and just ways that we've seen that we can grow. And of course, we always like to take a look at our finances as well. That's a big part of looking back on the previous year. And then we'll end our retreat by looking ahead and what's involved in looking ahead.
Well, one of the big parts of us trying to live intentionally is we plan out our word of the year. And so we're going to talk more about that, but just looking at where God is leading us and things that we're excited about for this upcoming year.
Yeah.
We talk about fun activities where we might like to travel, relationships we want to deepen in, friendships, just so many different areas of life. Like, what are we trying to be specifically purposeful about for this upcoming year? And what are we trusting God to do in us and through us for this next year?
Yeah, and so I think embedded within all of this, we talked about looking up, looking back, looking ahead. I think embedded in all 3 is a look around. Like, we look around to see how God has been at work as we look up. When we look back, we're looking around because so much of our year has been involved in relationships. And as we look ahead, the same thing. So in a real way, we don't do any of this just in a vacuum, like it's just us. All of life is really about relationships. And so we're looking around as well the entire weekend. So like Tracy said, we're going to spend some time talking about our word of the year. And I think probably at some point we'll turn the camera on again and share with you all some thoughts and maybe some inspiration for you to think about a word for your upcoming year. But until then, thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. That helps us push this content out to others, and of course, any interaction you want to do with the video as well. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you soon.